Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda from Acres of Clay Homestead, and today I have a couple secrets to share. The first secret I will share with you right now. The other one I'll share with you in a little bit. First one is, since Mackenzie is going through cosmetology school, she is accepting clients so that she can practice on hair, cuts, colors, styles, whatnots, you know, all of it. And me being her mom, I'm there to help her whenever she needs it. And so I did something that I've never done before. Yesterday I went there and she changed my hair color. I don't know if you can tell, but there's no grays. I've never colored my hair before, so I don't know if you can see it. Pretty much she got rid of all my grays and she put some little highlights in it. So they're called teasy lights, whatever. And she didn't want to do anything too drastic because she knew that I might not like it. Because I tend to be more of a natural person. I would have been fine never dyeing my hair and just naturally going gray. But since she's my daughter, I thought I would help her out and give her some experience. So there we are, first secret. Secret number 2 is, once in a while I find good deals or an opportunity where I can flip things and make a little money on it, and this here is one of them. This lot that we bought, 600 5-gallon bucket lids, and yeah, I got it for $10, hoping to resell these and make a little profit. So that's what we're doing. I'm not sure if Kevin and some of the kids think I'm completely crazy for doing this, but I saw an opportunity and I jumped at it, so there we are. Anybody need some lids for their 5-gallon buckets? Oh, these are the good kind. Oh, there's no seals. Shoot. Yeah, those are the ones with the water.
Are they the right size? They look a little small.
They do?
Don't they?
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
I think so.
What are the good kind? These?
Oh, these are all seals. These are just some random ones that you're going to put inside. Okay. Okay, this here, folks, 600 5-gallon bucket lids. I wonder how many of them are going to fly out.
The whole truck sagged.
Okay. Kevin's talking to the guy. I put the chain there for the skid loader. Ooh, don't drop them. You're so strong. Thanks for helping your mom out.
It's all in your brain.
I'll give you I'll give you a cut of the pay. Okay? $1. Okay, sure. There we are. 600 5-gallon bucket lids. So I did inventory on how many lids I had. So when I bought these lids, I was hoping they didn't all have the liquid spout. And sure enough, there were some that were just plain. And this is what I was really looking for because I use these, and I'm going to show you and explain to you what I use these for. But there were only maybe 30 of these compared to like the 570 of these. These are still usable. They're completely sealed. All of this it's all brand new. They're brand new. None of these have been broken. So it's a brand new lid, and I have like 570 of the ones with the liquid pour spout. This is the real reason that I bought the whole lot. If I go to the store, I can purchase these for about $2.50, $2.60 each. So if I use 4 of these, use the $10 with only 4 of these lids, and I only have 596 left. Here's what I like to do with these. Most of you know that I buy food in bulk, and when I buy food in bulk, I like to put the food in Mylar bags, and then I like to stick the Mylar bags in 5-gallon buckets and then seal it, just like this with these. I always like to make sure that they have a seal on the inside. That's kind of important, just an extra precaution to keep bugs out. So I have been doing this for several years, storing my food in 5-gallon buckets, and what I'm about to show you some of you may be concerned about this. Some of you will probably have disagreeing thoughts upon the what I use and all that, and it's understandable. Everybody has their own level of comfort on this subject, so this is where mine is, and I'm going to share it with you. We go through buckets upon buckets, and 5-gallon buckets. We go through a lot of them. We buy all kinds of different oils in 5-gallon buckets. And what I like to do is save the buckets. I like to clean them up really, really well, and discard any of the oil residue that's on the inside. I clean them with a degreaser, and a lot of times I just use the buckets around the farm for a little while, whether it be in the garden or with the calves, whatever it may be. And then I like to wash them up again and put food in them. And some of you think that that's not it's not sanitary or it's contaminating your food. I have a bucket down here, which I'm going to show you. It was sealed in 2015, and it's a bucket of quick oats that we haven't opened up yet. I've been just kind of doing an experiment. When I first started learning about food saving and storing things in Mylar, I wanted to make sure that I could actually store things long term this way. So I'm going to actually open up a bucket that's been sealed for over 5 years. And then I'm going to actually seal some popcorn. I have a 50-pound bag of popcorn that needs to get in a bucket, and that's what we're going to do. So let's first open this bucket of oats. It says it's quick oats, and see if they smell, see if anything's gotten into them. Rodents don't really bother these buckets. I've never had a rodent issue, and I've never had a bug manifestation inside of my buckets either. So we're gonna about find out to see if this one has had any issues. I've never opened it yet, so let me show you it here. This here is the bucket that I used. It's 2015, and I'm gonna pry this lid up. I don't have one of the prying little tools, which would be super handy, but I don't have one right now. And we're gonna look at what's inside. Give me a second while I pry this up, because these aren't the easiest. Okay. Ooh. This is what it is. So this here is the original lid. I used to just clean the lids and the buckets up, but as of lately I've been buying lids. So that's the reason for me purchasing this whole lot of lids. But I used to wash everything, and this is an original lid, so yeah. And this is oats. So I think it's about 20 or 30 pounds. Oats are kind of bulky, so not as many fit. I am going to open this up, and we're gonna see how the oats look. And I'm not afraid because I can reseal this. There we go. All right, let's look. Ooh. This is what it looks like. It looks like I probably put maybe 3,000 cc's of oxygen absorbers in here. This is the Quick Oats. Looks like it did the day I put it in here. Maybe I should make myself a bowl of oatmeal in a minute. We can give it a taste. So giving it a taste would be probably the best bet. So I'm going to give it a smell to see if any of the buckets permeated any oily smell onto my food. That smells like oats to me. That tells me that these 5-year-old oats, and these are Quick Oats, they did fine in here. I will say that I usually don't use oxygen absorbers. I did when I first started this, but I haven't been using them as of recent, and I'm going to show you how I do it now versus how I did it when I began this whole process. I'll reseal this once I fill this bucket. We're going to fill this bucket with some popcorn. Before we start filling the bucket, we have to use Mylar bags because I don't put food directly into the bucket. That I wouldn't do unless it was a brand new bucket, just because if there is a residue of some type of oil, it would permeate right into the food, and I wouldn't want my food tasting like that. So when you're working with Mylar, they come in all different sizes. I have 1 gallon Mylar bags. These are 1 gallon Mylar bags with a Ziploc top, so you can pull it and then reclose it, use it and reclose it with the Ziploc type closure. I have those. These are not my favorite, and I'll show you why. You can kind of see probably in the video that there are almost 2 different kinds of, ooh, shiny, huh? There are 2 different kinds of material. So this one is a much thicker Mylar and this one's thinner. And I did not know this when I ordered these, but when you open it up and you actually look into the light or look into a window, you can see through these. And that's not something that you want in a Mylar bag. You want it to be dark. When you can see light through it, it tells me that it's not as thick and not as durable. These, I believe, are 2 gallon, so all different sizes for whatever need you have, however you store it. So I like, for a 5 gallon bucket, I like to use the 5 gallon Mylar bag. Which are my bottom ones. And again, this is a heavier Mylar. You want to make sure it's at least 5 mil thick, and you can't see through it when you hold it up to the light. So these are really thick and durable, and they're 5 gallon. So they're gonna fit nicely. I think it's a 5 to 6 gallon. It would fit in a 6 gallon bucket if you had one of those. But we're gonna go ahead and stick this in the bucket and get this ready. Oh, but before we do that, I'm gonna do a little word on oxygen absorbers. I have lots of them. I have 500 cc's, 1,000, let's see, 1,000 cc's. So they come in different cc's. And that is, these ones are 300. So I think for a 1 gallon bag, you might want a 300 cc. 2 gallon, I would throw a 500, maybe 2 500s. It just depends. And then a 5 gallon, you want to do at least 2,000 cc's. And an oxygen absorber is supposed to capture the oxygen that's in there, and that way it is airtight. No air is going to get in there, but that's really dependent on the seal as well. So I'll talk to you more about that once we get this filled up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is stick this Mylar bag right into my bucket. And you're probably wondering, why in the world do you buy in bulk? It saves money. I bought this popcorn that I'm going to show you for 50 cents a pound. It's a 50-pound bag, so I got it for $25. And if I went to the local grocery store, I know that it would be more than 50 cents a pound. So buying bulk saves our family money, and that's why we do it. This whole bag of popcorn will not fit in here. What I've learned is about 30 pounds of rice or wheat berries, maybe 20 pounds of pasta, depending on what it is, can fit in one of these. But no 50-pound bag of anything that I'm aware of can fit inside of here. Maybe salt, I don't know. Pour as much of the popcorn inside of here, leaving it down just a ways, because you got to be able to fold the top of the bag in, and you also have to be able to get the lid. You also have to set the lid kind of sits down onto it as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour, and let's hope I don't make a mess. Give this a good shake so everything can settle. And I look at it, I fold it in to see, can I add a little bit more? And it looks like I should be able to add just a little bit more to this. Alright, so this is what we're looking for. Okay, just so you have maybe an inch and a half from the top. Okay? Now, here comes the important part. Okay, so first and foremost, labeling. Labeling is super important. I like to label my bag right here, and I also like to label the outside of the bucket, but in case this ever wears off, I still can open the bucket and know what's inside of the bag before I ever have to open the bag. So this is what I do instead of using oxygen absorbers. Some people may be totally against what I'm about to do, but this is what I've been doing lately, and I feel like I've had good success with it. So, and I kind of almost feel like it does what the oxygen absorber would do. And yeah, this is a jar full of bay leaves. Bay leaves are kind of a pest repellent, so your moths and your weevils, they don't like bay leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple bay leaves and stick it right in the top of this bag, just as you would an oxygen absorber. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sealing this, and I'm gonna show you how I seal it. There's several different ways. You can use an iron, or they have an actual sealer for these bags, but I like to use my hair straightener. And the hair straightener is super hot, and I'm gonna go ahead and what I'm actually gonna do is just start at one end and start sealing it just like this and work my way. Now this bag kind of reacts to the heat, and it seals it. It melts them together. It's really what it's doing. Alright, so just make sure you have a good seal. And then what I do, I don't go all the way to the end. Now I'm gonna let out as much air as I possibly can. Open this little area up here. You're gonna see how this works. Let it out as much as possible. When you feel like you've let out as much as you need, grab a straw. This is just a plastic straw. I'm gonna put that in a little hole that I left that I did not seal. And I'm gonna pinch along the side so that no air can come back in as I'm sucking it out. So watch how I do this. Let out some of this extra air so I don't have to. Now we're just gonna suck the air out. Now it's gonna take a little bit, but you're gonna see that it pretty much vacuum seals this whole bag. And then once I have all the air out, I'm gonna quickly grab my hot iron and seal this little hole. I'll pull the straw out and then seal the hole. Alright, There we go. Now, if you can see this close enough, you'll see that this is like a vacuum sealed bag. And there's no air getting in here. Okay, so fold the rest of it in and we're gonna put a lid on it. That's all there is to it. All right, now the only thing to do is put the lid on. And I don't have a rubber mallet here, so I just use my knees and my hands. There you go. This thing is sealed and good to go and will last many years, just like this. Oh, by the way, these are food grade. Phew. I didn't know I was going to do a whole lesson on my lids. But if you have any more questions about this type of food storage or concerns, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer any of your questions or concerns that you might have. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a very blessed day. And until next time, go out and be a blessing to others. Take care. I made myself a bowl of oatmeal, so I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. Thanks for watching.